Okay, let's go. Welcome back. So, as long as the chat is silent, probably not comment too much. Excuse me, it's been a really long week. But yeah, let's have a look at the war tables. I already sorted out my inventory, so won't be spending much time there today. But I didn't have a look at the missions available yet.
It's time to plan our next attack. What's the state of the Inquisition?
Our alliance with Orlais holds, for the present. They'll send aid on request.
And your actions at with Orlais...
My agents agree. Our victories have shaken his disciples.
Deserters. Yeah, let's hope for deserters.
Perhaps they'll rethink following the darkspawn magister from the dawn of time. Where is Corypheus now?
After you dealt... His army clearly wasn't prepared to flee.
Shut up, Cullen. Oh my god, I can't deal with you right now. Yeah.
Good of Corypheus to make it easy to find him. If he's hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we finish him.
But what is Corypheus doing in such a remote area?
His people have been ransacking elven ruins since Haven. We believe he seeks more. What he hopes to find, however, continues to elude us.
Which should surprise no one.
Right. Hi, Morrigan.
Fortunately, I can assist.
Yeah, that's just like her. She just invites herself to the war table. Why not?
You have my attention, Lady Morrigan.
What Corypheus seeks in those Forgotten Woods is as ancient as it is dangerous.
Which is?
'Tis best if I show you. This is an Illuvian, an elven artifact from a time long before their empire was lost to human greed. I restored this one at great cost, but another lies within the Arbor Wilds. That is what Corypheus seeks.
At great cost, huh? What did you sacrifice? What else did you sacrifice? She sacrificed so much. How did you do this?
You can restore an artifact like this.
There was a price, but one I gladly paid. I found legends of an elven temple within the Arbor Wilds, untouched. It proved too dangerous to approach, and thus I turned elsewhere to find my prize. If Corypheus has turned southward, he could succeed where I failed. The Illuvian would be his.
What does it do?
A more appropriate question would be, where does it lead?
And finally you can follow her through the Illuvian. I've been waiting to do this since Witch Hunt in Origins. That was so sad though. Witch Hunt was a really sad DLC. This is such an important moment in Dragon Age lore, though. Because you've seen...
This place once had a name. It has long been lost. I call it the Crossroads. A place where all Illuvians join, wherever they might be.
This place is extraordinary. How could this even exist?
Who can say? Formed from the fabric of time and space, perhaps. The ancient elves left no roads, only ruins hidden in far-flung corners. This is how they traveled between them. As you can see, most of the mirrors are dark, broken, corrupted, or unusable. As for the rest, a few can be opened from this side, but only a few.
I wonder if the Illuvian from Dragon Age Origins is there from the Dalish origin. I'm not sure what happened. Oh wait, that's the same mirror that Meryl brought to Dragon Age 2, right? So I suppose it would depend on which path you took if the Illuvian is still there. Because in Dragon Age 2 obviously you could choose to repair or destroy it.
How did you find out about this place?
My travels have led me to many strange destinations, Inquisitor. Once, they led me here. It offered sanctuary.
Sanctuary?
Not all the mirrors lead back to our world. The ancients were nothing if not resourceful.
If they don't lead back to our world, then...
Places between, like this one. I can describe it no better. For a time, I was safe from those who hunted me, but only for a time. One cannot remain in between forever.
What do you mean, a few can be opened from this side?
Some of the Illuvians have been left unlocked, like doors accidentally left ajar. All others are closed. They can be opened only from beyond.
Opened how?
With a key.
I suppose you have such a key.
The key can be many things. Each Illuvian is different. I have knowledge as well as power. Often that is enough.
We should definitely bring Dagna here.
Corypheus wants to come here.
This is not the Fade, but it is very close. Someone with enough power could tear down the ancient barriers.
And enter the Fade in the flesh, like Corypheus wanted to do with the Anchor.
He learned of the Illuvian in the Arbor Wilds as I did. He marshals the last of his forces to reach it. You have made Corypheus desperate, Inquisitor. We must work together to stop him, and soon.
Yep, can't go in there on my own. Not even as mage, by the way. Okay, can you tell me more about this?
I imagine your forces will be heading into the Arbor Wilds very soon, Inquisitor.
Not likely.
Trust me when I say that wherever the Illuvian is hidden, it is worth any effort to prevent Corypheus from acquiring it.
I don't know if I want to ask this. There's a lot of controversy about Morrigan in this game because she's presented as a, I don't know, like an elven ambassador almost, and obviously she's not an elf. Yeah.
You seem to know a great deal about elven lore.
The Dalish are not the only ones interested in the distant
Oh
past,
my god.
Inquisitor. Indeed, my skills allow me access to places the Dalish dare not even dream of. The ancient elves hold secrets they have not yet given up. Secrets about the foundation of Thedas itself. Thus, they are my focus. Corypheus clearly feels the same.
Yeah. The Dalish again. Arrogant, foolish Dalish, right?
I'd like to know more about you.
If you have questions, then ask.
Oh, apparently there's no more. Just say
I'll leave
whatever.
you to the garden.
As you like.
No, actually, I'd like to have more conversation with you. That's not happening, Morrigan. Elf root. I forgot I planted this. I believe. That's just the war table? Let's see. Yeah, it is. Before I head into the Arbor Wilds, I should probably talk to Cullen. The one thing I don't want to do. I'm not going into the Arbor Wilds today anyways. There's still so much stuff to do and we're almost through the story here. Hey Mixini, glad you could make it. Okay, Company of Heroes. Sutherland's company delivered some very useful contacts. Their contribution has been immeasurable and I hope they know it. Arcanus Dagna was supplied with remnants of exposures to the rifts and the fade, and he has done something? It is perhaps best to contain our efforts to the Undercroft from now on. Aww. Here was hoping we could take her to the crossroads. I'm not reading that. How was your week, Mixini? Everything okay with you? Afraid Matteries? Oh, that's the woman we talked to at the Winter Palace.
Let us begin.
Weapon plans? No, Liliana. No, we're not doing that. That sounds dramatic, Mixini. Not gonna lie, that sounds really dramatic. Although I mean, it's therapy, so it's perfectly normal to cry in therapy, I think. Oh, I didn't look up about the warden quests. No, sorry, I didn't mean to offend you there. Like I said, it's perfectly fine to cry, especially in therapy. Sorry about that. What are we trying to accomplish here? The head of the Imperial Army has requested assistance from the Inquisition in subduing this threat. It's a threat, so probably soldiers.
Inquisitor.
Let's send soldiers. Thanks for my chantry, sister. Inquisitor Adar, you may not remember me. I stayed at Skyhold for a time and later accompanied some injured soldiers to Ferelden. Our journey was more perilous than expected. I know what the word means, I can't pronounce it. And I only live to write this thanks to the aid of the Inquisition. I've little to offer, but if I may help the Inquisition in some small way, you have only to ask Sister Paulette. I don't remember her, but Liliana says Sister Paulette showed bravery and kindness in staying with the injured soldiers. She's already done more than was asked. Let her remain with her fellow sisters in peace. Yep,
Inquisitor.
that sounds good. Okay, that's all. That's all we can do here right now. I'm probably going to finish the main story before going into the DLCs, just so I can put that in separate episodes. We're not going to finish the game today anyways. That's not happening. Investigate Elven runes. What's this? We've made progress at I can't pronounce that either. At the Tomb of the Emerald Knights, the structure appears more extensive than we had thought. Oh, that's the place where the... Oh yeah, that's Tavern. definitely not a speed run. I saw someone who finished Dragon Age Inquisition within like 2 hours. I have no ambition to top that. Absolutely not. It's not happening anymore anyways. 2 hours though, that's crazy. He skipped all of the conversations, of course, and didn't recruit anybody. Like, how do you get to the Winter Palace, for example, in like, I don't know, 10 minutes? Nah, no idea. Oh, I can fast travel there. Yeah, if you remember, it took me about 4 hours to get to Val Royeaux. And I thought that was fast. Apparently not. But I do enjoy listening to the conversations. So, yeah.
I was hoping you'd be by.
Okay.
We've received letters from Archon Redanus of Tevinter and King Marcus of Nevada. For both monarchs to come to us is nearly unheard of.
Am I honored?
I assume that means they both want something very badly from us.
You're quite correct. Archon Redanus requests that the Inquisition, as a neutral party, destroy a venatory cult on the Nevaran-Tevinter border. King Marcus asks the same, but demands we pledge allegiance to Nevara instead of Tevinter.
Why is the ruler of Tevinter turning on the Venatori?
He has little reason to love them. Archon Redanus has rightly identified Corypheus as competition. Few
Competition,
monarchs
that's one way to put it.
God showing up to claim their throne.
Okay. What's he like?
Tell me about Redanus.
Like most Tevinter rulers, he's heir to an ancient bloodline, politically shrewd, and a highly skilled mage. Rumor also claims he has an incredibly soft spot for cats.
Is that Anders? I don't remember what I did with Anders for this world. I usually kill him, I think. But that's such a particular detail, soft spot for cats. I think that's meant to be a reference to Anders.
What sort of man is the King of Navarra?
At this point, elderly. Many fear his health will soon fail him. Still, he is a Pentagast. Their dynasty is exceptionally strong in Navarra.
As a Pentagast, will Cassandra be upset if we don't help her relatives?
With all respect to Sigar Pentagast, her interest in politics is best described as...
Yeah, you could say that.
What course of action would you take if you were in my place?
Strained as their relationship with Orlais is, I would assist the Imperium. Their friendship is difficult to win, and Marcus is a fading power. Tevinter is the longer, richer gain.
Okay, now I'm conflicted. So, I don't like Tevinter, I don't like magisters. They have slaves, and I don't like Anders if it's him. But if rumors are true and we're going to spend a lot of time in Tevinter in the next game, then that might actually be the better alliance. Or they make it one of those decisions that don't really matter. I mean, that's a possibility. Yeah, I really dislike him too. He's just so whiny. Why must he be so whiny? I mean, on top of being a mass murderer. That absolutely came out wrong. And he lied to my protagonist. I mean, that's always the worst offense, right? That's what people always get mad about. If one of the characters who's like a friend to you and who you appreciate in a way lies to you. Yeah, he's an absolute hypocrite, that's true.
Inform
Navarra.
King Marcus the Inquisition will wipe the Venatori from his borders.
Very well. It will be done.
It's over here. No, we completed a round last time. Okay, let's take a look at the map. Liliana's quest is still open. Oh, that's the place. It's not really that important. I don't think I'm going to do that. Salted Plains. Oh, and Vivian's quest is open. That might actually take a while. And we opened that one place in the Emerald Graves. Huh. Right, and first of all I have to get to there. Okay. Let's try this. I think I still need to do the Samson quest, by the way, where you have to talk to Cullen a lot. Not sure what happens if you don't do that. Maybe the fight is just harder?
Nothing to report, sir.
Okay, so how do I get there? Definitely have to go this way around. And I think there's another operation in the way. Come on, jump. Yeah, I think it might make the fight a little harder because Samson has his armor. Yeah, exactly. The cutscene with Dagna is my main argument for why I kind of want to do the quest. Not going through there. Such a long hike. That was a rift sound, right? No. Just a normal demon sound. Ah. done? Oh, there's the rift, okay. Great. Yeah, okay. I'm kind of dying here and I'm kind of frozen. Come on.
We should look around.
Come on. Okay. Okay, and now we can take a look around. Where is it? Or not? Oh well. That's not the way. Need to get here first. Yes, I did see the wolves. Where are they? Gone, of course, because wolves in this game have the really strange AI. Okay, here it is.
We could send men to clear this out, if you want.
Actually, I don't think I've done this playthrough yet. Let's ride a knock. Another operation down there, I think. To repair the bridge.
That keep must rely on this bridge for everything. Communication, supplies. How long has this been going on?
Cassandra sounds personally offended. Okay, I just want to clear out the rift over there.
The demons are coming from down there! A rift!
Down there? That sounds strange. Not down. Oh. Ladder, got it. Really? Oh my god. Who's shooting at me, huh? Who dares? Mixini, by the way, I'm going to start my stream a little earlier tomorrow. 1 hour earlier to be precise.
What is that horrendous smell?
Nothing.
Where is it coming from?
Nowhere.
Yeah, like I was saying, 1 hour early tomorrow. Because I usually have to get up pretty early now, and I don't want to get completely out of rhythm during the weekend. Oh my god. I'm awake, thank you. I forgot about that. Imagine that as an alarm clock sound, though. And he's dead, and they never clear him out. They never come to collect his body. Okay, nothing I can do here right now. So let's actually... I really don't want to do all these favors for the first enchanter. Do I need that? I don't really need that. Screw you, book. Yeah, let's actually see if I can activate that operation and clear that cave.
our ship?
I still think these clothes look too small, by the way. Like they didn't have enough fabric at Skyhold. I always wonder how long it takes in universe to travel to these locations. The fastest they could go is probably by horse, right? Maybe a carriage if they're going as a group. Still, some of these places must take weeks to get to. I'm pretty sure there's a map somewhere on the internet. With all the correct distances and everything. What's over here? Oh, the camp, right.
Inquisitor.
Oh, okay, let's do this one first, actually. Can you imagine Sera and Vivian on a carriage together, though, for weeks? That must be quite the nightmare for the both of them. Do I want to do that rift? I don't right now, actually. Here you go, guys, now be friends. Yeah, they get one of those get along pullovers too. Gillenan, mother of the Hulla. That's actually, it's a little longer, but it's actually interesting, I think. They say Gillenan was one of the people, that's the elves. In the days before Arlithan and the chosen of Andrew the Huntress, she was very beautiful with hair of snowy white and as graceful as gazelle. She kept always to Andrew's ways, and Andrew favoured her above all others. One day, while hunting in the forest, Gillenan came across a hunter she did not know. At his feet lay a hawk, shot through the heart by an arrow. Gillenan was filled with rage, for the hawk, along with the hare, is an animal much beloved of Andrew. Gillenan demanded that the hunter make an offering to Andrew in exchange for taking the life of one of her creatures. The hunter refused, and Gillenan called upon the goddess to curse him so that he could never again hunt and kill a living creature. Gillenan's curse took hold, and the hunter found that he was unable to hunt. His prey would dart out of sight, and his arrows would fly astray. His friends and family began to mock him for his impotence, for what use is a hunter who cannot hunt? Ashamed, the hunter swore he would find Gillenan and repay her for what she had done to him. He found Gillenan while she was out on a hunt with his sisters, and lured her away from them with lies and false words. He told Gillenan that he had learned his lesson, and begged her to come with him, so she could teach him to make proper offering to Andruil. Moved by his plea, Gillenan followed the hunter, and when they were away from all the sisters, the hunter turned on Gillenan. He blinded her first, and then bound her as one would bind a kill fresh from the hunt. But because he was cursed, the hunter could not kill her. Instead, he left her for dead in the forest. When Gillenan prayed to the gods for help, she prayed to Elganan for vengeance, to Mother Mithal to protect her. But above all, she prayed to Andruil. Andruil sent her hares to Gillenan, and they chewed through the ropes that bound her, but Gillenan was still wounded and blind, and could not find her way home. So Andruil turned her into a beautiful white deer, the first Hulla, and Gillenan found her way back to her sisters, and led them to the hunter, who was brought to justice. And since that day the Hulla have guided the people, and have never led us astray, for they listened to the voice of Gillenan. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Oh yeah, that fucker. Right. Hope everybody brought a fresh set of underwear.
A rogue Templar.
Well, I mean, that's entirely possible, Maxini.
Thank you for bringing us here.
It's not explicitly said, but when is it ever? Yeah, but then again, Mixini, maybe that legend is wishful thinking on straight people's part. Could also be. Yeah, I think I have to get rid of this one first. So many monsters here. Hate it. What the hell?
Stupid mud and water and something brushed against my leg. Shut it. I'm right. It's wrong and horrible.
It's probably Solas's fan fiction of himself. Come on. I mean, that would really fit his own narrative, right? Poor Van Harel was abused by one of the gods, so he turned evil. Boo-hoo. My theory is that he had a crush on Andrul, and Andrul rejected him, so he spread lies about her that she abused him. I mean, that's what usually happens with guys, right? It's sad because I was just thinking about if I'm being too bitter here, but it's not actually that far-fetched. I know a few people who had that happen to them. Now where's the stupid white wyvern? Where are you? Is that? No, that's nothing. I can't go too far in because then I'll be confronted with a dragon. Yeah, that's the dragon over there. Come on, where are you? It's always such a... Whoa. It's always such a pain to find it. There it is, of course. Near the rift. Why not? Why the fuck not? Okay. Okay, not sure if I want to do that dragon. Maybe later. It's not dragon fighting time yet, though. Anything else I want to do before I get back to Skyhold? Nah. Let's go check in with Vivi. Do you remember, Mixini, what Solas thinks about Briala? Does he have an opinion about her? I know that, I mean, I know what happens before Trespass, or, but apart from that, I don't think I ever took him to the Winter Palace. So I'm not sure if he says anything.
Worship.
Which way? I think he might be okay with her staying in Orlais just out of principle.
What can I do for you, my dear? Is it too much to hope that you've brought me the heart of the snowy wyvern?
I did. And it's so funny, you can still lie to her. But because she was there, she'll call you out, of course. I mean, who would lie to her anyways? I killed that thing and now I have the heart.
If you want the wyvern's heart, you'll have to tell me what you're using it for.
I can do better, darling. Give me the heart and I'll show you what it's for. Will that suffice?
All right. 1 heart, as requested.
How kind of you. Please accept this as your payment. I must begin work immediately.
I didn't mean to pick that option.
You have been a dear friend, and I would like you to come with me.
I wanted to be nice to her. Oh, damn it.
This should only take a moment, Inquisitor. I'm here, my darling. darling.
It's going to be all right, my love.
My darling? Bastian?
We should go.
Vivian, I'm sorry.
There's nothing here now.
I'm not sure how I feel about this quest. I mean, obviously I'm sorry for Vivienne. But it's just so short. With so little information to go by. I don't know. Doesn't really make me feel a lot of things.
Bastian is dead. I can hardly believe. It was the Wintersend Ball. My first visit to the Imperial Palace. The Circle sent a dozen of us to entertain the nobility. I was in awe of everyone and everything, and then our eyes met. Bastien spent the entire ball at my side. The Dowager tried to have him killed for slighting her, but he didn't care.
Yeah, it's like they didn't know what to do with her because she's not a potential love interest. Like, even if you don't romance Sera, for example, you still get to do pranks with her, and the cookie scene is also there. I feel like Vivienne really got the short stick here.
Falling in love across a crowded ballroom. Sounds like something out of a children's story.
He was a dashing rogue, and any defects he might have had were made up for with rank and importance. It was a more innocent time, I suppose. And now he's gone, and I must write to his son Laurent. And his sister will make a terrible fuss if she isn't informed first. And I'll need to arrange for the chantry services. Maker only knows how long that will take.
If I can help you, just say the word.
No, my dear. I'll handle everything. Excuse me, I have so much to do.
Hat of the Majesty. Let's take a look at that. Oh, and I actually got all the masks from the Winter Palace. I do think that you can give a character more content even if they're difficult, especially if they're difficult. Makes them interesting, or should make them interesting. Cunning and spirit resistance. Do I want her to have more cunning? Do I really need the spirit resistance though? Maybe I'm going for barrier damage instead. Nah, giving her own hat. I'm not sure how happy I overall am with the amount of content that Sera got. Oh,
Should I
okay.
wait for his reply?
That is at his discretion.
Just because the cutscenes with her seem so awkwardly cut together. I remember the first time I played this, I was really disappointed about just the amount of content that Sera got in comparison to, say, Cassandra, or even Cullen. I'm saying even Cullen, or Cullen. Yeah, well, everybody got more than Vivienne. And like I said, I think that's because she's not a love interest and they just didn't focus on her. Which is kind of a weird message to send, I think. Even when you get along with her, I don't feel like you get the chance to really be friends with her. Yeah, okay, Trespass is really, really good to Sera. I'm really looking forward to playing that again. I was so super happy about Trespasser and how it treated Sera. Okay. Okay. Is that good? Are those good things that I'm getting there? I'm not sure. Sera's diary is constantly good. That's one of the things that really added some more background information to her.
Inquisitor.
Though I would have preferred to have more content on screen. I feel like when a game is mostly told through codex and entries, I might as well read a book instead of playing a video game. Where am I trying to go here? Oh, right. Cullen. No. I think he's here. Yep, doing it. I'm gonna talk to Cullen. Don't wanna. Maybe I can skip his dialogues even so. Hard and High Town, okay. Come on. And please don't give me all of his cutscenes, please.
Inquisitor, I've found where the Red Templars come from. Therenfall Redoubt. The Knights...
How do you know Samson?
He was a... Red lyrium is nothing like the lyrium given by the Chantry. Its power comes with a terrible madness.
Samson's armor was glowing with the stuff. He'll go mad soon enough.
The Red Templars still require lyrium. If we find their source, we can weaken them and their leader.
Are you angrier at Corypheus or Samson?
I don't know. Caravan, if you can...
I'm not sure why Cullen has a personal grudge against Samson. Did they even interact much in Dragon Age 2? I feel like Hawk dealt with Samson. And I don't remember him being particularly... I think he helped mages. That's probably... Where am I going again? What the hell? Maybe that's why he's mad? Cullen, I mean? I don't know. Or maybe I'm just super tired. It's also a possibility. Inventory? What do you have to say? 18, okay, that's more than okay. Okay, one's over here. Oh, right, that's also something I wanted to do. Yeah, I think Samson was kicked out of the Templar Order, but I don't remember why. And then he helped smuggle mages. And then something else happened. I should really play that game again. I do remember that there's a scene where Samson tries to redeem himself to the Templar Order, and then you can recommend him to the Templar Order again. And Cullen voices that he's going to accept Samson back into the Order, but he's not okay with that. That's just filled with holes, with plot holes. My summary. Oh my god.
Inquisitor.
The Inquisition will always be welcome here.
Thank you.
It does look noble, doesn't it?
Honestly, I will never understand women and their attraction to men. It's just so weird to me. Like at least be attracted to someone who's nice.
A note. It claims this red lyrium's not coming from the deep roads.
Yeah, he completely creeped me out in the first game. I don't know, maybe it's a conditioning thing, like, you know how women are taught to oblige a man's attraction to you? So when Cullen flirts or seems to have a crush on you, a heterosexual or maybe even bisexual woman would react to that positively? I don't know. That's an alien concept to me. Okay, let's focus here for a second because I actually need to find my way here. Not this way. Do I have to go down there? Let's hope this is a way.
Inquisitor.
Wow, no, it's not. It's a cliff. You're going to protect me anyways, aren't you? I think we're on the right track here. Hopefully. We're just gonna let her lie there, yeah? Okay.
Another letter on the smugglers, referring to Samson.
Oopsie. Trying to finish one quest and 10,000 new quests open. What's the quickest way here? I think, of course. I think this is surrounded by hills here. this direction. Come on, come back here. I want to fight you. Really? Okay, so how do I get up there? Yeah, because they're hunting Mixini. They're hunting, what are these guys called again? I always forget. I want to say Halas, but they're not Halas. Obviously. August Rams, thank you. No! Targeted the wrong enemy. Really? The targeting system in this game is really not ideal. Okay. Thank goodness for Mark of Death. Such a useful
Another
skill
letter
to have.
mentioning Samson and papers with names. Cullen could use this.
Okay, what does the inventory say? No, we're still okay. Oops. That means we can definitely check out the ruins here. The tomb, the knight's tomb. Where the clan members were, and now they're dead.
Make her have mercy.
It's Taven's party.
The one after Elfie history? Figures. That's a bunch of dead all the way back.
Most were unarmed. They didn't stand a chance.
There should be Inquisition soldiers here.
I'm not sure what Sera meant by that. If she meant to be dismissive about Dalish culture again, or sometimes she has these moments where she acknowledges that elves are actually or have actually always been oppressed and have always been killed by humans. Sometimes it's really hard to tell what she means.
These are our men.
Yeah, you did say our scouts should be here, so there they are.
know how to deal with them.
Come on. Let's wait for the cooldowns. There we go. That way the only way? Now, can also go here. Hello!
Corypheus's men had part of a seal. Do they even know what it opens?
Don't care. They want it, we get it first. And we shaft them all for killing people who couldn't fight back.
Okay, that was definitely referring to the Dalish, because I think our scouts were probably armed. The Emerald Knights cry for the past, only there does glory dwell. For here the bow was strung, the sword bequeathed, the vows sworn, so glory was born within the hearts of elves.
Elfie stuff is always a ruin. Wonder why that is. Oh, right.
She's so cynical about that. I actually love that about her. Sometimes, like I said, she acknowledges that elves have always been oppressed and killed by humans, and sometimes it gets this twist, where she seems to blame the Dalish, or the ancient elves for that matter, for being killed and oppressed. And that's always where she loses me a little bit. I can't really judge her because she's an elf herself. Haha, that rhymes. I didn't do that on purpose. But yeah. That's sometimes really hard to figure out where she's coming from.
There must be something.
Sing for the past, for rests those who came before, for each night a seed was sown, roots twisting with our brothers and sisters, so the forest grew, a reflection of our might. I'm actually doing okay on potions. I definitely agree with you, Mixini, and I also think that authentic characters are allowed to be a little bit hypocritical and conflicted. I'm just saying that sometimes from my standpoint, it's hard. Okay. It's hard to figure out what she means in that specific moment. No, and she doesn't have to be always right. Question is, am I allowed to disagree with her? I mean, obviously I can have my own opinion, but am I allowed to be like judgmental about that? I don't think so. I don't think we as the people playing this game are allowed to judge her for her wonky opinions, because we haven't lived her life, right? Four out of 9. Where are the others? No marker, that's great. What I definitely don't agree with is when people say that she tries not to be an elf. I don't think that's true. I think she's brutally aware of the fact that she's an elf, and she comments on it a lot too, actually. She even jokes about it sometimes. Yeah, the big ears joke is a good example. Right. Or if you romance her as human and ask her about... there's this one dialogue option where you can ask her about the whole elf-human thing, and she comments on it too. So that's where I really get protective of her, because a lot of people seem to be under the impression that she denies being an elf, like Solas does, for example. He definitely thinks she's human. Okay, how do I approach these guys best? Forget not the past, it is all that remains. For each night a seed was sown, roots twisting. We had that. The forest of sorrow. Really? Again? Where's the fucking mage who's doing that? Setting me on fire like that? How dare you? Mourn for the past and all that was left there, for we trusted in dreams and perceived immortality. We trusted in promises and in hope, so we dreamed in vain, for we lost these gifts long ago. Can't really blame the Dalish for clinging to their past either, by the way. They're just trying to make sense of the little that they have left, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'd cling to it as desperately as they do too. And of course, when your source of information is imperfect, you're bound to make mistakes. Oh yeah, I wasn't even talking about Sera here. Everybody in the game, even Solas, who's an Elfie elf, the elfiest elf in the game, treats the Dalish like they're just arrogant and wrong about everything. Not over here? Hey, can I hit you? Oh my god. Why do they always make these scary sounds when they're already dead? Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. That's exactly what I meant. I don't think Solas can know better. Because Solas' whole source of information is himself. He's the only one he truly believes in. And remember, he tried to share his wisdom with the Dalish and was rudely rejected. He's such an arse. Okay, trying to find the last... No, it's not the last seal, is it? That would be too good to be true. Seven out of 9. I'm not sure if they recognized him as a liar. Come on. But it's definitely one of those cases where their very, very strict boundaries pay off. That's the whole point of separatism, right? You make a boundary that's way too strict under different circumstances, but you do that because you can't tell who's on your side and who's not. You don't want to put up with the risk. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people do in their everyday life. Maybe not, or probably not a lot of people go as far as the Dalish. But yeah, we all have these, at least phases in our life where we shut out pretty much everyone, or at least too many people, just because we want to protect ourselves. And rightfully so. Okay, where do I have to go here? No. Are you kidding me? It doesn't even make a sound. Yeah, and sometimes it's kind of an overreaction and it backfires, and sometimes it's really the best you can do under the circumstances. And oftentimes it's really hard to tell the difference between those two situations. No? This used to be loot and now it's not. That's nice. Okay, so I found all the seals. Yay! Let's go find the door. Come on. Really? Cassandra? No? Glitchy glitch. You. Arrows along the spine, the child cried, sheltered by his form. Talem Falandine and a Salinaste. Fire stirred ever an impatient heart, but she would not be moved. Siona Falandine Nana Salinaste. There are probably people who understand what this says. I'm not one of those people. There's a way. No, there's no way down here. What am I talking about? Follow the hairy eyeball. Ugh. Okay, this seems to be the way, and also there's a locked door here? Or have I opened that? Freya faltering in the darkness, though imperfect, her voice a balm. Andrale, Falandine, and Asalinaste. Nothing here. Okay, let's get rid of the torch. Save.
This is it. Whatever Taven hoped to find, it's here.
Let's get rid of the torch, she says. Right. Okay, now I have to light 4 torches, I think, and each time demons spawn. Come on. Come on. I know you want to. This one? Where are you? Come on. Are you coming over here? Yes. This could be a problem. Okay, it works this way. Hidden Blades is such a good ability, especially as passive ability. Gives you so many extra hits. Come on. Ooh, hidden blades and staffs with energy barrage. That sounds great, actually. That just sounds ridiculously overpowered. Don't you just love it when abilities don't activate immediately, but you need to have to press the button several times? Done? Are we done here? Yes. Ooh, a new shield. Okay. Cassandra, what do you say? It's probably not as good as what I have. 30 front defense, so that's the same. On hit gain 3 guard. Range defense, it has less melee defense, so that's not as good. The armor rating is lower, but on hit gain 3 guard, that's just too good. That's just really too good. Yeah, but Knight Enchanter is ridiculous. The Knight Enchanter at the same time remains fun to play. Archer is also ridiculously easy, especially with Tempest. And I feel like it's a little bit boring, because you don't really have to move your character around at all. Oh, I don't think I wanna read this. Just because it shits on the Dalish again. The death of Elandrin. Yeah, the story about star-crossed lovers.
It's an account of Red Crossing.
Yeah.
When the elves attacked that town, it prompted the exalted march of the Dales.
Right.
Corypheus thought this was something good, but it's just the same old rubbish. Give it to a Dalish or whatever. They'll pretend it was worth it.
The Chantry would no doubt be interested in the account as well.
We're not giving it to the Chantry. Yeah, so star-crossed lovers and a misunderstanding that caused a war. And of course the Dalish attacked first, right. And that means that the Exalted March, like the Crusades, were absolutely justified, of course. Cry for the past that shall claim us all, for here rest our saviors newly slain. Others lie beyond our reach, so remember. Let the true name burn away and enter Dinanhanin, the place where glory ends. Andrale, whose song inspired Zoran with bow in hand, Siona, who kept the bridge, Talim, who saved the child, Bryn, who led them out, Ilan, who kept watch, Elandrin, whom we betrayed. The blank space follows the names, as if more were to be carved. A small group of Dalish attacks a town of humans, and the humans march with all they have against all Dalish and almost wipe them out. Yeah, that's not an overreaction, completely justified. The Dalish started the war. Okay, so how do I get out of this place? There's an enemy over there. Why is there an enemy over there? Okay. Sell the histories to the chantry. That sentence alone. Oh my god. Return the histories to the Dalish. Yes, please. Let's give them something, right? I mean, what's the chantry going to do with that anyways? They are famous mostly for wiping out history and lying about the past. The chantry cut Shatan's story from the Chant of Light. So why should we give them anything about the elves?
You've brought supplies. If you could store them in that chest, I would be grateful.
You're welcome.
Welcome again, friend.
Oh, that was the last one, okay. Got something for you, Howen.
If I may share something else with you. There are strange glyphs inscribed in the stones of this place. Revealed only with field fire, although they are elven in origin. I cannot make out their purpose. Perhaps they will mean something to you.
Right, the story of the first Inquisitor. We'll get to that later. And I'm probably going to be very mad when we get there.
I found something about Red Crossing in Danan Hanin.
Oh, that's how you called it.
Did you see Tavin and the others?
They were killed. I'm sorry.
I am too. Sorry, but not surprised. Thank you for bringing this to me. It is part of our tale. Will be cherished.
I've been mispronouncing the name the whole time.
Watch over you, friend.
Scattered Glyphs quest completed. Okay. That was super upsetting for me. Oh man. Starting Dragon Age Inquisition as a Dalish rogue was absolutely not the best idea I ever had. If that's your first experience with Dragon Age Inquisition, that's a rough start. My first Inquisitor was very depressed. Oh, a Danish mage is even better, yes, because you're first of the keeper. Okay, so we did all of that. Let's see, is anything right? Right. I think it's really difficult for the entire narrative that there's no Dalish in your party, Like in Origins, you could play as a Dalish, so you would have that perspective. And in Dragon Age 2, you had Meryl, so you had her perspective and her insight. Dragon Age Inquisition doesn't really give you any insight on the Dalish except for what other people say about them. I mean, not even if you're a Levellan, there's not really much to go by. Cullen is not over there. He's in his tower.
We all did.
Nope. Is that not right? Journal. It's not the one. I went into Inquisition from a standpoint where I had played my last warden was a Dalish mage. No, not a Dalish mage. That's not possible in Origins, but Dalish. And then Hawk had romanced Meryl, and then I figured, okay, let's just go with Llewellyn again and do the whole Dalish pride thing. So yeah, that was quite an experience, gotta say. Wow, I was so mad.
The papers you found on the Red Lyrium smugglers were... We have the location of the Red Templars' main supply of lyrium. You'll never guess where.
I'm waiting.
Sani.
That was some...
The past tense is apt. With some luck.
Okay, a war table it is. Man, I really hope those Inquisitor shoes are comfortable.
Worship.
I didn't think so when I played Inquisition first, but now I'm actually of the opinion that Dragon Age Inquisition is the game with the most replayability. With Origins...
Are the soldiers ready?
As ready as they can be. We're asking a lot of them.
With Origins, only the origins themselves are really fun to play or interesting, I think, and then the rest of the game you spend like trying to get to the ending and get your ending for your warden right. At least that's how I see it. Dragon Age 2 pretty quickly becomes a the kind of game where you're working through a checklist. There's not really that much of a choice in the path you take during that game, I think. It just really felt like a whole giant checklist to me. And the characters are fun, but the quests are not so much.
In a while. How goes the hunt for Samson?
We're on it.
Close. I know it.
If I can help you any further.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And Dragon Age Inquisition is often criticized because it has so many fetch quests, and I definitely agree with that. It does have a lot of fetch quests, but there's also just a plethora of areas that you can go explore and just kind of hang out in the area, which I think is really nice. And I also really appreciate the character interaction. Do I need any of these? I really don't. Inventory capacity, temperature. Let's go with this finally. Oh, and we still have the hissing wastes. Is there anything interesting here, though? What's this? Okay, we can definitely repair the bridge. Not now. Inquisitor, in light of the information you gave us regarding the truth of the events at Red Crossing, we would like to offer a sign of mourning to the village, since both sides played a part in this tragedy. Honoring the village with one of our Hala seems appropriate. If it could be kept there, it might remind both sides of the fragile beauty of things that journey to places where they're strangers. I understand that the villagers of Red Crossing do not trust the Dalish given our history. If you could convince them to accept this tribute in good faith, it would be greatly appreciated. Keeper Howen. Yeah, and that's how the rude and arrogant Dalish react to this revelation. Let's see. I can twist the noble who controls Red Crossing into accepting this, but it will end 2 marriages and lead to at least 1 duel. That sounds like fun. Liliana is busy, but what would she do? With the right rumors, the villagers in Red Crossing will think they are being granted custody of a captured trophy to honor the victory over the Dalish. No, that sounds like a really bad plan. If it's this important, we can march the blasted Hala in with some troops to guard it. Cullen, what the fuck? And then you want to guard the Hala forever.
Let us begin.
Shania, there it is. 11 minutes. You already stopped the mining here, Inquisitor. I can send people to search for clues to Samson's whereabouts.
To work?
And while that is happening, let's go help Liliana out. At the left hand of the Divine, a letter written by Divine Justinia and posthumously delivered to Liliana directed Liliana to visit Valence, a small village on the waking sea. The Divine left something in the chantry that Liliana must see. Yeah, nobody's coming with me. This is where I found out that I had messed up the first time around.
It's just as I remember it. You didn't tell me you'd been here before. The hero Ferelden and I came here after the Blight to visit Justinia. She was just Dorothea then, a revered mother. It's peaceful here. You must have good memories of this place. It was a place of comfort. It is good to see it still untouched by Corypheus.
Liliana, is that you?
Sister Natalie, what are you doing here? I thought you were in Val Rayo.
No, I've been here since Justinia died. This place makes me feel like she's still with us.
Inquisitor, this is Natalie, a trusted friend.
Wait, Inquisitor? You brought the Inquisitor here? My lady, forgive me for not recognizing you earlier.
I wish more people would fail to recognize me.
Oh, I see.
Natalie, listen. There is something hidden here. Something Justinia left for me.
Oh, really? What is it?
I don't know, but we'll find it. I'm curious to see what brought us all here. Justinia's letter came with instructions for me. They were a little cryptic. Always remember that faith had sprung from a barren branch. That strength lives in an open heart.
She must be hinting at something in here. Let's look around.
Do they still sing verses from the benedictions every Friday? That canticle was Justinia's favorite.
Of course. We'd never give up
Thought
the traditions of our
pictures were the clue.
I was in the cloister in Lothering when the Blight began. There was a lot of fear back then.
There's a lot here.
And then one morning, I found a single bloom.
You're definitely not in these corners.
I stare up at the bridge sometimes. It's terrifying, but beautiful in its way. Have you seen it?
what looks like 1,000 suns, like a broken mirror.
Yes, spectacular, isn't it?
I'm also listening to Liliana.
That one's quite literal. And morbid. But Justinia always said that compassion was my greatest strength. Doubt is easy. It takes courage to trust. You must be careful, Natalie. Justinia's enemies are making their move, vying for position and the sunburn.
What was that?
Looks like we opened something.
Something I actually hadn't noticed before was that she recounts her vision from Origins. That's a nice little detail.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Leliana, stop! What are you doing?
I'm protecting us. They never sing the benedictions here on Fridays, Natalie. Something so simple. And you got it so wrong. I wanted to believe, but you were lying from the start.
Sounds like a Taylor Swift song.
Keep that pretty mouth shut if you must, dear. You've already told me everything I need to know. The prickleweed burrs on your hem, talking about the sun rising through the breach. It all points to a single place. Morel in the Dales, Grand Cleric Victoire's bastion. She sent you, didn't she? Victoire was always an opportunist.
Who is this Grand Cleric? I've never heard of her.
An experienced cleric. She never agreed with Justinia, but kept her ideas to herself. I suppose now, with Justinia dead, she thought she could make her move.
I want to know what this Grand Cleric planned here.
She sent Natalie here to see what Justinia was hiding, no?
The Inquisition has turned Thedas away from the true chantry. It must be stopped.
Stop us? You must be joking.
Mother Victoire is well loved by many. The Inquisition has more enemies than you know.
And Victoire thinks she can ally with them.
We don't have to be at odds, Natalie. You could come with us, join the Inquisition.
I was called to serve the Grand Cleric. I will not betray her. Kill me then. I am not afraid to die for my beliefs. At least I still know what I believe.
Yeah. I picked Let Her Go the first time too, and guess what happened? Oh my god, what a disaster.
Release her, Leliana. She is no threat.
The Grand Cleric?
She is one woman. We are the Inquisition.
The Inquisitor has spoken. Run. Tell your mistress that she has a choice. The Inquisition is coming. No! This can't be it. There's nothing here.
It's not what you expected. That doesn't mean it's nothing.
There's a message carved in the lid. The left hand should lay down her burden. She's releasing me. The divine has a long reach, but it is always her left hand that stretches out. 1,000 lies, 1,000 deaths. Her commands, but my conscience that bore the consequences.
That's really heavy.
She apologized in the Fade. She said she failed you. This is what she meant.
All this time, Justinia carried the fear that she was using me. Just like I'd been used in the past. But Marjolaine's games were trifles. Justinia gambled with the fate of nations. She needed me. No one else could have done what I did. She knows that.
Yeah, and that's why she used you. Yeah, I imagine it's difficult to understand that if you don't know who Marjolaine was and what Dorothea actually meant to Liliana. It's really unfortunate that they don't summarize that anywhere.
Then you have to let it go. Let her go. You don't owe her anything anymore.
If it were not for you, I would have killed Natalie and called it a good thing.
Yes, she would have. Oh my god,
Thank
she
you
would
for
have.
showing me what was right when I couldn't see it for myself. There are things that must be said, but not here. I will see you back at Skyhold.
This is such a beautiful little place, though. Look at the windows.
Inquisitor.
Here is the request Harriet made.
I will see you gets it.
Grand Cleric requires of the Ambassador support for the Inquisition. Shall I wait?
Natalie is as persuasive as ever.
I'm told that Ambassador Montillier is pleased with the restraint you showed in Valence.
She's positively beside herself. I will never hear the end of it.
Niceness before knives, Liliana. Haven't I always told you?
Will that be all, my lady?
For now. How have you been feeling since Valence? Good. Wonderful. Valence was something of a rebirth for me. If you hadn't been with me at Valence, I would have killed Natalie. I'd have told you that I didn't have a choice. But there is always a choice. I am more than this. I am more than what Justinia made me.
Do you resent Justinia for what she did?
How can I when there is so much between us? When she gave her life for peace? No, I believe her intentions were pure. Most intentions are.
Can't really agree with that, but okay. I agree about Justinia. She didn't mean bad.
What does this mean for my Inquisition? Will you still be my spy master?
Of course. I would not give up my post. Not after everything we've built. I just know now that I shouldn't ignore my heart. Mercy is not always a weakness.
You've exceeded her. She could never have imagined the power you now hold.
And now I will know how to use that power wisely. I have to stay true to who I really am, before a spy master left hand or barred. I almost lost myself.
it's a really short quest, but I think it does Liliana justice well. Of course, it's terrible that she's being used once again after 3 games. But I think it's a nice conclusion of her story, a better conclusion than what happened after Marjolaine. Or what happened with Marjolaine, I should say. I feel like the little quest that you did with the warden was kind of unsatisfying, and it felt like she got over her past way too quickly, regardless of how you decided. Right, we don't have to go check in with Cullen once again. Well, everybody needs some kind of cause, right? But you can't forget that she's also a religious person, or maybe not a religious person per se, but someone who believes deeply. And that's always been very, very important to her. Was the reason for her to go on her quest at all. Okay, let me just check what's next. Yeah, before the dawn. Absolutely. I don't think that's true anymore, Mixini. I think that's how her quest concludes her story. She always needed to follow someone before, which I think is the case with religious people in general. I think that's how religion sustains itself. But I think this is actually the moment where she grows past that and realizes that she can be a leader herself. And she's always had that in her. When you look at what she says about the Chantrian origins in her banters, it becomes very clear that yes, she wanted to be part of the Chantry, she wanted to follow the way of the Maker, but at the same time she interpreted it differently than everybody else, and she always followed her own path. And it's almost like Marjolaine was kind of a distraction from that. And maybe even Justinia too. Because she mostly followed Justinia out of a sense of responsibility and maybe even guilt. It was to pay back a debt. Don't want to talk to Sera. Let's talk to Lace. Hey Lace.
Going well, I hope?
How are you doing?
What's been going on?
Just waiting to get back out there.
Nah.
I have to go.
I so wish there would be more banter with Lace. Whoopsie.
Give it to her now.
Not yet. It's not enough.
You know it is. You're just chicken.
If I didn't love you...
Shut it, you fool.
Inquisitor, we have something for you. We've been saving and, well, this is yours.
It's payback
for all you invested, plus extra. You know, investment and such.
We just wanted to say thanks. We never would have been anything without you.
They're so cute.
Pay it forward, Sutherland. Find someone like you and give them a chance.
I will. I swear I will.
Don't cry again, fool. Inquisitor, you see us in the tavern? We're buying.
If that's your will, your worship.
Just rumors.
Okay, tell you what. I realized that I'm getting really unfocused because it's late and I've been up since 5:30. So I'm ending the stream here. And I hope I see you tomorrow, Mixini. Like I said, an hour earlier than usual. That's 7 p.m. GMT +1. And I'll probably be more rested then. And we can follow up on Liliana's quest, of course. And talk to Cullen. And maybe do some more dragon slaying. It was nice talking to you though, Mixini, as always. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.